Okay, everyone, I am so excited today because I am joined by Emily Hampshire, who stars in Self-Reliance, which is on Hulu now. How you doing today, Emily?
Oh my God, today is January 12th. Okay, yes.
Yes, we're in the future. We're in the future right now.
With the future, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. I mean, I like being in the future.
Yeah, me too. This is fun. One thing that jumped out to me about this film is I love that you and Mary Holland are playing sisters together in this film. But your character is named Mary and hers is not. So
It
how
was very
confusing was
confusing.
this?
It was
Okay.
very confusing. Thank you for pointing that out. It was very difficult. Some of the hardest work I've ever had to do.
Yeah, I could imagine. I did you fight maybe to see if like, hey, can my character at least be named Mary or is that or not Mary?
I just was confused all the time. I didn't even get to make any argument about it. But then I was also like, I couldn't believe that Mary and I had never played sisters before, or that we weren't already like separated at birth, because it just feels like it was meant to be.
Yeah, it really does feel like a real family. And you see that a lot of these films scenes are of you guys in the character's childhood home. Did you become one with the house? Like, did you pick a bedroom? Like, did you go to that level?
Oh God, why didn't I pick a bedroom? It was kind of not the kind of, other than where we were in the living room, it wasn't the kind of place you really wanted to pick a bedroom. Um,
Okay.
but magic of movie making. Um, but no, it did feel like we were a family like instantly. I think that all came from Jake from the beginning. He brought us all to his house and we read through the scenes, and he just gave us all kind of ownership over our roles within the family, and it naturally felt like we were all like had lived together forever.
Yeah, and speaking of Jake and his character of Tommy, it feels like a lot of the family is kind of tough love on him, but I feel like, do you maybe think that your character was the most maybe understanding deep down of Tommy?
Well, I do think that my character thinks that this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to this family on a
Okay.
Wednesday.
Okay.
Like that, and that's kind of how I approached it, was that it's hilarious that Tommy, and to like kind of stoke that fire and keep it going. So yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, and it looked fun, and the movie is just absolutely so much fun to watch too. And you do a lot of fun things in your life. So it's this year that I got into Jeopardy. So I was really excited to see you on Celebrity Jeopardy. Um, and what really impressed me was the video on Instagram you put of preparing to go on. So how rigorous did this training get for you before you went on Jeopardy?
Okay, Steve. So I this is the what's really embarrassing about Jeopardy for me, is that I prepared so hard. I really thought I could be a Jeopardy champion. And I read all these books. I had like 2, 3 weeks to prepare. I learned all the presidents. Because I'm Canadian, so I don't know a lot of American stuff, and I learned it all. I believe that I was the worst, no, the second worst contestant in all of Jeopardy history.
Mm, okay.
So, yeah.
So, okay, but here's the silver lining. You're making history, and
Mhm.
also a president's rap came out of it, so you made a great song. So I think we have to focus on the positive, right?
Yeah, and I learned a lot. Like, I've never learned more than I learned in those 2 weeks. I learned more than I learned all of my education. And I should be ashamed of my education after my performance on the show. However, I do think there were certain things that came out of it, like I know one question I supposedly got wrong was, what's the bird on a quarter? And I said an owl. It was a bald eagle. Now, if you look at a bald eagle and an owl, I think it should be changed to owl. I'm choosing the better bird for the,
Right.
so
So maybe that subconsciously when you're on it, you were thinking of things you wanted, maybe even then
I
not maybe not
wanted
the
the
right.
world as it should be, not as
Right.
it. or is.
Okay, I love that answer. And you post a lot of fun stuff on Instagram in general, and one that sticks with me is you were excited about Scott Pilgrim coming out, and I was just trying to figure out there were so many video game consoles in that shot. There was a PS5, a Switch, a classic Nintendo. Are you a serious gamer? Are those your consoles even? Like what's going on
So
there?
those aren't mine. They're
Okay.
my best friends, and it's so funny that anytime I post from there, people think I'm way cooler and or nerdier than I actually am. I actually really get mad at her playing video games all the time because it's I'm ignored and I have to just watch her play video games.
Yeah. So you're calling your friend nerdy is what you're saying.
Yeah, and we're enraging.
Raging, okay. No, that's cool though. But it's also interesting too, because then I keep scrolling preparing this movie, you're just like enjoying your Instagram videos, and like I see you audition for Bear season 3. So I kind of people you've left like waiting
Can't
for enough.
believe you went on such a deep dive through my Instagram.
Yeah,
I
but
actually feel really like that's really nice. I
yeah, but
feel
you're leaving us hanging. Like, have you heard back? Like, we need an update. Like, is FX reached out or
I can't believe they haven't. I and thank you for bringing these things up because these are things that I'm still waiting on
yeah.
and no one else but you has been paying attention.
Oh no, there's people out there. Like there's a whole discussion about like your Twitter bio. It says I like bagels. Well, it's like, well, what kind of bagels? Like you're leaving
I'm
us.
from Montreal and those are the only bagels is St. Theodore bagels.
Oh,
Other
okay.
bagels should not be called bagels. They should be called bread that's shaped round with a hole in it.
Okay, so see, this is going back to the Jeopardy mindset of like what you want, maybe not what
Yes,
is, right?
yes, yes.
Okay, I like that. Now, what's also great is you wrote a graphic novel, and it's cool because it's being released in different areas more and more, which is really exciting. But do you think you would like to do more? Is there more to come? Is there like a universe you imagine in your head?
Oh yeah. So my graphic novel is called Amelia Earwood Basic Witch, and I see an Amelia verse. Like I want a TV show, I want a musical. It's Matilda meets Wicked. I've already figured out
Mm.
I want more books. I want a prequel and a sequel. And yeah, it was definitely a world that I wanted to just continue to live in. So
Oh, I love it. You're already thinking of the merch, the everything that can go on spin-offs. I love it. And you were in this legendary show as a legendary character with Schitt's Creek, and it's a show people play on loop. So it has that office effect, right? So I'm wondering, like, do you ever play it on loop and like let's watch Self today kind of thing? You ever do that?
let's watch Self today. I love
Yeah,
you so much.
yeah.
Let's watch Self. You know what? I hadn't even, I remember when the show first came out and people were talking about it, and I hadn't seen it. I don't do well watching TV
Mm.
in general that's not like documentary or murder. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, however, I do find it interesting that people come up to me and say, as if it's a compliment, I fall asleep to Schitt's Creek. A lot of people tell me that they go to sleep to it, and I'm like, that
Wow.
doesn't sound great.
Right, right. Yeah, I could see that taken the other way. Yeah. No, but it's a good bedtime. It makes people feel good going to
It does
sleep.
make people feel good, and that it honestly, it is such a gift to be on a show that it makes people feel great. And I can't imagine being on a show that made people feel terrible because the amount of great feedback we get would have been in reverse, and I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that kind of vitriol.
No, no, but yeah, you only deserve good things, Emily, and it's exciting because we're gonna get more of you here with Self-Reliance on Hulu, which is out now because we are in the future. I can't wait for people to join us in the future and see this. Emily, thank you so much for joining me. I will talk to you in the future one day.
Thank you so much. I love you. This was
Oh,
so
thank you. You're the best. I really appreciate that. I had so much fun.